folks. Black Bull Markets have 10 merch packs to give away to clients who sign up before the end of the year, including one of these trader keys. So to go in the draw, all you need to do is sign up with the link below this video or in the podcast description, and you'll go in the draw to win. It's that simple. And remember, folks, when you sign up to Black Bull Markets through the Trading Nut link below, you're going to get a 100% deposit bonus up to $1,000 on your first deposit. All you need to do is click the link in the description below the video or the podcast.
Good morning. How's everyone doing? Yeah, not bad. Yep. Got to sleep around 3:30 in the morning. Up straight away. Maddie was a little devil this morning, and then she managed to 2 days in a row managed to like pee herself when we've been changing the nappy and get on the clothes. Got a lot of washing to do this weekend. All right, so welcome everyone. We've got 17th of November, last day of the week. Let's try land this plane together. It's been quite a plane. It's been, let's go and do a little bit of analysis here this week for German 40. Oh, let me just add a couple little things here. Hey, Peter. Okay. All right. Yeah, thanks, Don. Yeah, mate. Cool. All right. So this week in German 40, what a week. It's just been, every single day has been bullish. We had, hey, Jackie. I don't want this on here anymore. I want this one. Look at this. Look at this. 3 weeks in a row. Just crazy. Just bang, bang, bang. I'm on the back of news. So we had a lot of news on this week. This is the one we had FOMC. We had NFP as well. Is that right? Was that last week? No, that was this week. Yeah, that was this week. Oh, someone's here to see me. Hold on. We have a visitor. We have a very unhappy lady. What's wrong? You've been a little devil this morning, haven't you? There you go. Okay. So grumpy.
She just wants to walk around.
Yeah. Alrighty. We've got a grumpy lady in the house. And
Make it two.
make it two. Cool. All right. So sorry about that. We are. We had Monday started the FOMC and NFP, and it was just a monster week for German 40. Last week we didn't have much on the way of news that's whatsoever, and we can see like the volume was just really quite small most of the days, only late little moves. And then this week we had another lovely week full of news, and it's just been pumping. Now we're up at this level, and this is a level I've got my eye on. So I find it's, I feel like if we can get a little bit of an up move with this open, because around, this 15-minute candle currently usually has been a bit of a pump candle. And then I'm actually thinking I've got some buy limits set for like the Asian low from yesterday, but I'm thinking rejections from up here in this like wiki zone. I just think it's been such a big week for this market. Let's have a look at the daily chart. Daily chart, we've got my eye on correctly picked reactions from this level yesterday with New York Open. So that was pretty much on point. Lovely little reaction here. Yesterday was a bit of a downer week. Yesterday was a bit of a downer session. Didn't really do a whole lot. We had a little bit of retail sales, and we had Philly manufacturing index. We've had retail sales this morning for UK 100. I think this is a prime area just to see reactions from. So I really would like to see a little pump up, and then I don't think we're going to hit 15,900 today. I don't think so. I think we'd probably be a bit more of a little bit of a correction. But you can just see like there's so much liquidity left behind, so much gravity underneath here. So I can just imagine that there's probably more downside than upside on a day like today after a week that we've had. If we go to the 4 hour, 4G, 4 hour, you can see that what we've actually done, apart from that little pump that we had in London session started right here. And then it pushed up, and then ever since then, we've just been compressing. You can see the volume that's in the market right now. These are the smallest candles we've seen in the Asian session for a long time. It's the smallest 4 hour candle we've seen in a long time as well. So you can see, like, I feel like there's since down here, that was the last 4 hour candle. That's been that small all the way down here. So I can imagine that we're going to see, if we're going to have another drive up, it's going to need to pull back first to do that. I just don't think we can drive up without having that pullback first. So I'm looking. I'm still think there's going to be a bit of an up move, just to trap the buyers. But I think I think there's better trade opportunities to the downside. What do you guys reckon? You guys agree with that thesis? If I look over to the left, the area I've gotten, like, I really like this. I really like this zone. I'd love to be able to see if we can actually sweep that. I like that. So that is this here. That price is 15,880 to 15,900. So I'm gonna have. I was even thinking of having like a little sell limit at 15,900, and I was thinking of having a buy limit over around here, 15,700, and right where we are at 15,830. We know the London range is going to be, well, if we get a decent London session, we're going to be about 120 pips, either to the downside or to the upside, or maybe even pushes up, and then it crashes from there. So, that 120 pips range can happen anywhere, really. But if it just opened with no bottom wick and went 100 pips straight up, that would put us, well, I don't think it's going to be able to go 100 pips straight up. If we go even 80 pips in the first hour, I think we can get a decent reaction, and that's going to put you right in line with the top of this area. And I'll go to the left and I'll show exactly what that area is based on the 4 hour chart. But I'm keen to take sells, really, really keen to take sells off of this level. If we can do 120 pips to the downside, I think that's going to be big enough for a London range. and what that will be putting us in the vicinity of these monthly levels right over here. So I'm pretty keen to be buying from here and selling from here. But of course, I'm going to try get a trade up to those levels or down to those levels. But those are my levels, my extremities I'm looking to trade from for this London Open. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. Cool. All right. So we'll analyze a little bit here soon, but let's use the 4-hour chart and let's just go to the left. Actually, that wasn't even on the 4-hour chart. My bad. Anyway, this, let me just replay some of this data. This makes it a bit. Morning, Maron. Oh, shoot. Let's cut this off. So not on the 4 hours, not on the 3 hours, not even on the 2 hour. It's on the 1 hour. So I can see that this was the manipulation zone. If I just extend this up a little bit, I feel like this is the manipulation zone. This is the price. This is the little boundary where price pumped up into this area, had a little pullback, and then we just drove up. Then we consolidated for a little bit. We fell back to this level. We actually managed to close at that level, had a little bounce, temporarily just pushed down. This is a bit of a 4-hour wick. If we go to the 4-hour chart, we still closed up in this level. Then we saw this hour chart where we sort of consolidated a little bit here, and then we finally reacted off this, and then we've just never been back to that level ever since. So I can imagine that this is a manipulation zone, and I can imagine that we could have bounces off the bottom of it, but we might have a better bounce from the top of it. So both of these areas are targets of mine to look for reactions. Maybe a 20 pip reaction from the bottom of it, preferably a lot. Maybe if we do get a bit of a pump up, this might be the high of the day, this 15,900 area. I'll be pretty surprised if we do pump above it, but crazier things can happen with German 40. But this is a zone right on my radar. This 15,880 to 15,900. Really like that area. Okay, that makes sense. Why I'm targeting this zone. For yesterday, when price pumped up with New York Open, this is the area that I said to keep an eye on and look for reactions from. This daily, like this Monday, this Asian low area. Really keen to see price react from that because of the daily time frame. Go to show the daily, and then also you'll see on that daily was the body, this body of this doji candle, and you can see like the line that I had here. This one corresponds with a New York low and a London high, and it's just above the monthly close levels. So that's a super level in my eyes. When I see things like this, I know there's going to be a reaction at that level, and that is what I didn't close it. This is where we got that reaction from yesterday, right over here. And it was a pretty bad session yesterday in London session. It just ranged. So took a couple break evens in the London Open and then just gave up for the rest of the session until unemployment claims came in. Cool. All right. So let's go to the 30-minute chart and we'll just have a look. We're just consolidating. We're not really showing anything here. We just want to see like this area. This is where I'm targeting. If we can push up to here, do a buy to sell, I'd love to see that, but I don't even think we're going to get this high. I think we might react somewhere between like lower than yesterday's New York high. Maybe this neckline might hold up somehow. Maybe this neckline will hold up somehow. Or maybe we do take out the New York high and do that daily candle wick fill. But anywhere above this line, I'm going to be looking for reactions to sell down. Okay. If we're pumping up, I would be a little bit cautious to take any of the breakouts. But if we can break and then push down and then sort of stabilize and then start to push up again, I think we're going to go and fill some of this area, but ultimately the sales will come in today. Just got to be patient. Okay. Anyone got any other ideas? After such a huge week, there's got to be a breather. And I thought Thursday would be a breather yesterday. New York session definitely lacked the same. Well, it wasn't that big on the day before, was it either? But Asian session, pre-London, and then just the initial 30 minutes of London, really, like, this created quite a nice little bullish rally. So I would imagine that where I'll be targeting would be at least to come and actually make a little bit of a low here. So I'd like to see that. The way this 30-minute candle's closing is actually pretty interesting because it looks like we're already creating a resistance. So we've got no wick here. So this is a bit of a red flag for me. I would like to see taking the Asian high. But if this 30-minute candle in 9 minutes can close like this, then we're actually creating a resistance. When we see that, then I think we can do a wick fill. If we can break under that, then what we're traveling into is this part of the move. If we can close inside of this, then we can go to the bottom of this. And if we can break under this, we can keep on dropping. But a lot to like about for the downside. We just got to make sure you don't get too hasty into it. But there should be a downside move. There's Euro News speech at 8:30, CPI at 10. Yeah, there's a bunch of speeches, isn't there? A lot of Villeroy. Sounds like a Hogwarts Harry Potter, doesn't it? This guy. Lagarde, Holzman, Vucic. We had heaps of ECB speakers yesterday as well. And then you got the Eurozone CPI. But this is a little bit one of those. It's one of those figures that it depends on the news source because the CPI has already been out. This is just if there's any revisions, and there's not usually any revisions needed. So sometimes it has a null effect. But it's also at 10 o'clock as well. We'll try to be done by then. But something to definitely be cautious of. Traders fully priced 100 basis points of ECB rate cuts in 2024. Yeah. All right, let's go to all chart view. We've still got this little data issue. Oh, trading up, people can't see that. See this? Little data issue on here still. All right, is that time as well to give the stream a bit of a like if you can? Awesome, thank you. Let's do a general poll. What do you guys think? Bullish or bearish for this London session? Oh yeah, you sure? Go for it, mate. You can share your analysis, absolutely. Jim, you're bearish out of the blocks. You're looking for the blast straight away. Cool. We've got Ryan's bullish, Andy's bearish, Danny's bullish. Bit of a mix. Yeah. And then the next question is, where are you bearish from? Where are you bullish from? Buy to sell? Yeah, I'd like to see buy to sell. I'd really like to see a buy to sell. So just hopefully we can, where we're going to look to buy to sell from. Hey mate, how are you? So we had like a little no wick candle over here. This one just got taken by this candle, which created a little bit of a liquidity candle. Yeah, I think if we're seeing resistance forming, we've got 3 minutes to London Open. I'd really like to see a bit of a sweep, and then say we can start breaking under here. Then I think we can push down into this New York lows. We're still closer to the high of yesterday than we are to the low of yesterday. So if you're going to look and say, like, where do we want to buy from? If you're bullish, do you want to be buying in, like, if this was your daily candle, if this, we opened yesterday here and we closed here, that was your top wick, that was your bottom wick of your daily candle. Do you want to be buying at this point? So anticipating that this daily candle, if you're bullish, if you think the lower wick is done and you think it's just going to be bullish from there on, or do we think that this wick could go a little bit lower? So I'd imagine that we're going to, like, this wick, if we're going to be bullish, I think we can at least create a little bit of a lower wick. Hey Tom, David, look for a strong 15-minute rejection to buy, and if I miss it, I will try to find that 15,900 reversal sell. Yep, sounds good. Definitely. Jim took a sell when it took out the 3 minute imbalance. Yeah, I'm looking for it just to push up and then start breaking under here. If this one's going to close soon, like another rejection candle, we might just drop straight away. But I'd love it to buy to sell. Fingers ready on the trigger. And you're selling down to 15,769 to sweep this double, like this area into this Asian high. Yeah. All right, here we go. Chris, like to see a reaction to M3 Asian HCS to sell. 3-minute HCS. Oh, 1850. Yeah. Any the higher we can get up to here, those sales would be nicer. But we might just go, or it might be no reaction because we had poor retail sales. So let's see. 8 seconds. Okay, here we go. Okay, took a sell. Took a sell, but it looks like it's lagging. I sold the Asian high. See if this can flip. If we can start pushing under here, then I think I've got a primo entry, especially for the prop account. You got slipped? What were you is this prop account or live charts, George? Prop? Yeah, I think it's because of the servers that they put you on or put us on. It's always slightly behind live charts, and I think it's you'll get the whatever's better for them. So come on, let's flip. Let's start breaking under here. Okay, I won't let this be a losing trade, that's for sure. I was up around 10 pips when I was down here. Yesterday I was up 15, didn't do anything, ended up being a break even. This bad boy is going to come back and just break even me as well. Second retest of the Asian high. Yeah, we're going high. All right. I'm out of this one. That was a nothing trade. Let's see where it's going to go to. Filling that wick is not a good sign for those sells just yet. So I gave it a good shot. No, this wasn't to be. Let's see what it can do. So a bit of an impulsive one. Just looking when it pushed up, thought, well, we'll see. But I think I'm going to have to wait for it now to actually form a proper resistance and then either start closing under this level again, or if it can drive up higher, then obviously I'd like to take sells from up there again. I have to change this. It would be really nice if this 15-minute candle, this top left, can close something like that. Or even if it can push up into this level. If we have to wait for it to go all the way like that. Danny's in the longs. Okay, second attempt at this monthly level. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dave, you're long. Chris is broke. Yeah, there's definitely bullish pressure here. It's looking good for these longs now. Nice close. So this level's from yesterday. Monthly levels can stay. This zone, this one can stay. Targeted long from the open up to the 15-minute no wick at 15,857. Oh, yeah. Up here. Yeah. Makes sense. See if it sweeps up there before the low. Yeah. It needs to do enough to get buyers interested. So I think this is just a pullback first before we continue up a bit higher. And I'm not looking for these longs. Especially not after like taking a sell from here. I'm not going to flip and take another trade so quickly. Just need to watch price. Let it do its thing. Of this neckline. Cool. Sarah short as well. Give me nice. Oh, nice. It'll break the low. Morning, Heath. Come on, drop. Think they got enough buyers interested? Yeah. Let's see. I think 20 minutes for them to get buyers interested would be a good amount. Yeah. So another 7 minutes of that. And 15 minutes coming to a close. Still looking very strong. I thought it was just how it's been, isn't it? What a rally. How many points is this? Is this 1,200? 1,276. So that's like, if we do that, a percentage. So 1,276 divided by, what's the price now? What did it start at? 14,588. So it's an 8.7% rally. So this German indice driven from here, 8.8%. Basically no pullbacks. Just little shallow one. All the rest has just been sideways. It's just been rally, base, rally, base, rally. Finally, a little bit of weakness where the New York session pushed up and then came down, but still couldn't even really break the London low. And it kind of resembles somewhere in here. So I'm wondering if we do get that, just a temporary. Like, I still like to see the stock market stay bullish, but just give it a little bit of a reprieve to reset, to continue that upside, because I hate selling. Not like, I mean, I like selling on if they're like over here, because you get these really aggressive pullbacks. So I much prefer when the stock market's bullish than bearish. Yeah, probably still another 5 more minutes of them getting those buyers interested. Yeah, still going up. So it's the story of the week again for a lot of these moves, whereas getting like little small starts and then just couldn't get any decent follow through until New York session for most of this week again. You long traders, where you're targeting? $8.57. Yeah. 15,900. Oof, that'd be a lovely buy. All the way up to here. Okay, last 2 minutes. What's that? I was on the phone. Right. I'm targeting 15,880. Yeah. Find those. Yeah, you were talking about that yesterday. Okay, last minute of this 5-minute candle. Let's see how it's going to form. M3 had HCS from both sides. So flip a coin, which way the retest of the M3. HCS at double bottom wasn't compelling enough for you, but hey, buys are working. Yeah, it's because there's so much bullish pressure. So we're either going to have a quick one. There's going to be a quick take the Asian high, and then bearish pressure will come in, but it wasn't having it. It was just getting counteracted. And it was just continuing buying. So until then, there's like, unless it was taking a quick reaction off the Asian high, there's nothing here. There's a little bit of necklines and things to break through, but the real sell zones I'm waiting for aren't till a bit higher up. Well, if we start to see price stall at a certain level, then we can reassess what it's reacting from. That 20 minutes, do the 20-minute marks here. See if it can start to break through some of these, create like a bit of a resistance, start breaking some of these supports. Is that 4 trades in the first 20 minutes, Chris? Or just all day? Oh, on first 20 minutes, too many. Well, it's not the explosive open I was anticipating. Well, I wasn't anticipating it would be explosive, but it's only been 25 pips, sort of just grinding away. I think I could get into buy. Like if we're going to keep on going up, if we can make a support and then we can be closing above here, I think that's going to open the gates to then start to push up to this level. So I would like to see some sort of pullback, some close above here, maintain it above here, and then I'd like to trade it from 1850 up to at least 15,880. So 850 to 880. But then I'll look for sells from this area. Every day this week, London Open's just been bullish. Richie, are you on the long side? Is that what you're looking for? If you're aiming that high up, I'll try my best to hold. Oh no, did you trade what you feel comfortable with, Rob? Definitely trade what you feel comfortable in. And if you're really fighting the urge to hold, like there's no real reason. Like price action not telling you any reason to stop holding that buy for now. Oh yeah, it's bullish for all money, isn't it? Yesterday pulled all the way up to the start. Not until New York. Not till here. Okay, let's at least go to the New York high now. Yeah, definitely daily Wickfield now for sure. I think it's even going to go a little bit higher. I want to go to my sell zone. I'm going to have a little sell limit at 15,900. I'm just taking the New York high and previous daily high. It's probably got a little bit more juice to give, up to 15,880. Damn, man. Would have just straight up. Holy. EU speakers now. Oh, yeah. That's right, 8:30. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them. Same as yesterday, there's a whole bunch. Yeah, it's a great trade, Dave. Good one, Danny. Going to see if I can get a reaction here first. Not going to. Oh, I still got the sell limit, but I'd like to use a smaller stop loss if I could. With a sell limit with no confirmation, I don't know where my stop loss should go. When I've got a price action like rejection wicks and things, I'll put it above the rejection wick. So for now, I think I'm looking to sell from this level, but I'm going to wait for it to react off it first. Does anyone know if from within the trading view, is it possible to go to a subscription page? You mean you just want to see like the different offers? Is that what you're trying to do, Tom? Yeah, I think you just type in Google trading view subscription plans. I think that should bring up the one. Yeah, 70% off the premium plan. I think 40 or 50% off the Pro Plus. There's a few other plans there now, isn't there? Sarah's 18 pips on GJ. Yeah, Jesus, man. Pound, yen. Yen came in with a vengeance. My Aussie yen trade that I had on closed out at a loss, unfortunately. So I want to see something like this. If it goes up a bit further, we'll take sell based on weekly candle wick, similar to you. Stop loss above weekly wick. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of planning here now. Just trading to see what reaction we get inside of these wicks. Three minutes forming a little bit of a setup. Like that would be a little bit of a setup. If this can flip and close bearish, got 1 minute. 1 minute. This would be potentially a 3. Like it's dangerous, but this is a 3 minute resistance formed. If this closes like a rejection wick. So no bottom wick yet. All right, so it is a little 3-minute resistance. Now if this high is broken, then we'll continue on to 15,900. If this high can hold and we can close under support, then I think we can go back and retest some of these imbalance candles. See if there's any headlines from these speakers. If this can flip bearish, I'll try a sell here. 15 minutes coming to a close. Yeah, I think it's worth a little shot. Stop loss will be just above it, using low risk. So it'll be something like this. Using small stop loss. Try to keep the risk reward quite good for this one. Yeah. If it's rejecting off this low, coming back up and fighting back into this wick again, then I'll close this one. But the 15 minutes come to a close now, so it's dangerous because the 15 minutes closing. Just want to see it break under these wicks. Okay. I don't want it to reject off this. This is the danger point for me. Rejecting off of here. Come on, keep dropping. Beauty. All right. I'm going to secure, because of how my week's going, I'm going to secure a little bit here so that I got something to show for this one. It's above 1-to-1, or more or less 1-to-1. Richie's in the cowboy trade. Yeah. This can't be a losing trade now. See, I had to wait. Like anticipation entry would have been beautiful here, but I was I wasn't certain. But we've got the resistance candle, doji's accumulating orders, resistance candle, breaking these lows, beautiful. As it was closing, so it flipped down and then it pushed back up a little bit, breaking underneath this imbalance, clean candles to the left. Hopefully we can just keep on dropping and dropping and dropping. At least to fill some of these. Still very bullish in the market. We don't ever think we're not bullish in the market right now, but we've created that imbalance, like that kind of buy to sell kind of move, or at least buyers exhaustion here. There's a lovely area for buyers to close some. Thanks, Richie. Yeah. What's my risk management in terms of stop loss size? If it's an entry like this, it's above here, above the rejection wick, the first one, the highest one. If it's just like a random order, like a pending order, it'll be somewhere between like 20 and 30 pips. If I can, like, if I'm a little bit uncertain, like it depends on also how I'm traveling for the week, and like my past trades do impact my trading. I know that is a fault of mine. That if I kind of like having a clean slate if I can. So often this week I've just been constantly getting into 10, 15 pips positive and then having nothing to show for it. So when I get that enough, I'll secure some along the way. So at least if I can avoid moving my stop loss to break even, I will. But so many times I want to leave it running and I want to try and maximize the target. And I find that as soon as I do that, I'm constantly getting stopped out. So it's a real trade management is a real pain in the ass for traders. The best way to do it, there's no perfect way to do it. It's purely it's so dependent on if you can just have one rule that you follow 24/7, you just don't care about changing it, and you're going to know that it's not going to work in every single condition, then it's probably best for your mind. But I will often change my risk management if I'm in because I was doing quite well for the month, so I'd be happy to risk a little bit more and then just go for it. But more times than not, it kind of as soon as I start changing things, it's the first trade that you change it that you take a loss on it. So it's quite important that you stick to a rule or just stick to just try to be consistent in either reviewing your trades and constantly trying to adapt, because we'll see little market intricacies quite regularly. Like this week, we've seen basically the London Opus has been bullish all week. Last week, we saw that the moves often started from a no-wick candle, and I can see that on this one. On some brokers, this candle here started with no top wick, so that was a good sign. Normally, it's not a good sign. All right. Well, I think it was you had to be bloody patient, and it's annoying when you're being patient and you're seeing it move. So it is like it's so I think it's one thing you got to get comfortable with trading, and it's sometimes it's nicer to trade by yourself, because when you're waiting patiently for something to happen, the human nature is like we have FOMO a lot as well, and I don't really care about now getting I used to have FOMO bad, but then it's still hard. I don't think it ever leaves. That if I was looking, because I tried that sell initially here, and it just didn't give it, and then it was just hesitating a lot. So then as soon as it started going bullish, I didn't want to change my bias, because I know as soon as I flip my bias, it never works out well for me. But so then it was bullish, and then when you see people that are trading up, right, and it's and it is going up, you feel like, oh, have you done something wrong? And all those little doubts come in your mind, and that's when you'll flip bullish and you'll take a buy at the absolute wrong time. Now, people want to, you want to be experiencing the same feelings that other people are experiencing, that when it's going long and you're not. But you can't let that get to you, and that's where it's really plan your trades, because I understand, because I used to be like that I'd be quite frustrated that if I was just not being part of the move, part of the excitement, yeah, we're winning the trade, we're making money. And all those emotions, they're quite negative, and they will make you miss a trade. So you got to stay quite clear, and just hold true with your zones. Don't set one zone. If it doesn't work, where's your next trade zone? And the next trade zone was here, and failing that, if it was going to continue up here, the next zone was here. And I was comfortable taking the sell from here. But this one here, I needed a bit more confirmation, and that was when I had to wait for the setup. And the setup is using it. I don't really like using the 1 minute chart, but on the 3 minute chart, this is a picture perfect sell. Picture perfect sell. So probably just going to keep on dropping now. I'm out. But if we get the reversal quite often around this, like how many times have I, even on people that haven't watched the stream for too long, this is normally the time I go for that coffee, like around 8:40, isn't it? Around 8:40, 8:45, and that's often the time that we get a bit of reversal. The move was very clean up. When you have clean candles up, you can usually get clean candles down. We had a reaction, consolidation, anticipation entry would have been right here if I really trusted this level. If this was up here, I would give anticipation entry a go. Well, I say I would, but at the time, if it moves up really aggressively, it does still give you that little doubt. But I liked this. This was nice. And then, but anticipation would be trying to trade some of this wick, and it's going to be bloody hard to do. If it's a confirmation entry, you're waiting for this candle to close. Late entry would be if you're more late entries are kind of better with the trend going in your favor as well. But right now, this is absolutely counter trend, so I don't want to take a late entry. The late entry would be waiting for it to push down, then coming up, create a resistance to retest this low. But we don't really have, like, the trend is very much to the upside. But it's made sense to come back and refill these candles, respecting this monthly level. Tom, 1%, awesome. Jim took 50% now, leaving to see if it gets to 15,764. Oh, that'd be fantastic. Running that all the way down here, that'd be awesome. Do you see the JPY pairs correcting now? I'm kind of pissed off of JPY, Sarah, because these guys literally they talk so much crap. It's just constant verbal intervention, and then when it comes time to act, nothing. So it's just this constant whipsaw. The yen just weakens. It weakens, because yen's always on the second half of the pair. It's always the second half of the pair. So for them weakening, price goes up, and it's just weaken. Then they'll be like, oh, we're going to one of the things they'll say is, like, we're not going to intervene in the market. Price goes up, pushes down. We have intervened in the market. Then price will just deteriorate. Oh, we might come off yield curve control or ultra easy policy. Yen goes down. Time it comes to act, nothing. Goes up again. We're going to do something this time. Comes down, then goes up. And I've seen this like 50 times in a row. So it's it probably will correct because they'll probably do nothing. Quantitative easing, you mean tightening? Well, they did increase. They increased the range that they'll buy back bonds. So they weren't going to keep such a tight, such an easy policy. They're going to loosen a little, tighten up a little bit, and but they've said they were going to do that, and then they actually did let it go a little bit over what they said they would, and that created like a shockwave through the Japanese bonds, but then they normalize it. So they do these like little scares, but they never actually act on it. So it's hard to say what they're going to do. What it is showing, though, is that they are more consistently hitting their 3% inflation target. So if that's the case, then they're not, because they're a huge buyer of US debt. And if their inflation's going up, they're not going to buy that anymore. They'll start buying like assets inside their own country if their inflation's going to be steadily increasing. So if that's the case, then you're going to see yen gain strength. But they've been for a year now hitting their inflation goals. but that was mainly because of like the COVID, post-COVID, or everyone else having like super inflation. They get like a tiny bit of inflation because we've been in deflation for so long. But the longer they can stay in this inflationary environment, they don't want to keep on importing this inflation if they can actually maintain inflation internally. Because right now they're importing inflation, and that means letting their currency weaken. So they're importing, they're deflating they're making their currency less valuable, and that's going to cause a monetary inflation. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to cut the trading nut tray stream off. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please give it a like and a subscribe if you like. I'm going to continue on my channel for a bit longer. Okay, over at HaydosFx. So that was our little trade for the day. Banked around 25 pips, so that's pretty nice. Had to patiently wait for this, and kind of annoying that it wasn't able to take buys into the sells, but it is what it is. Still got a nice little, at least a 2-to-1 right there. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, come over to HaydosFx if you want to continue. Otherwise, have a great weekend. See you soon.